Welcome. I just wanted to see how long I could hold it for. Welcome to another episode of the Coast to Coast Sports Podcast. I am your host, Harrison. As to left of me, as always, is our guy, John. And to the right, as always, is our boy, Will. Now, you might be thinking, hey, this isn't the Coast to Coast. This isn't the Coast to Coast Sports Talk. They're not wearing hats. No, I know. This is what our hair looks like. It's crazy. And they're like, those guys are looking pretty dapper. I mean, I think I'm looking pretty dapper.
Looking pretty good.
Looking pretty nice. I think I'm looking dapper. Jordan tie.
Got a little Buckeye tie.
Got a little Ohio State. Got the Miami Heat, polo rocking. You're like, oh my God, why? This isn't our normal broadcasting. Harrison's not wearing a random college school that he has no affiliation with. Windbreaker? Like, what's going on here? Well, it's because it's the COASTY'S, damn it. It's the COASTY'S.
All right.
It is our first ever award show that we are hosting called the COASTY'S. Play on the name, obviously, and it is for the NBA season. Obviously, the NBA season playoffs have just started. Couple games in, only series that's finished is the Nets and the Celtics. Big sweep for them. But it's going to give what we think the award should go for. For NBA, we have our typical ones, MVP, most improved player, six-man, shit like that. And we have a few funny ones, a few little clown ones, a few different ones. And we'll give you our opinions on who should win these awards, why they should win these awards, and, just basically all things that encompass this show and what can go on with it. But, John, do you have anything to say to people before we start?
No.
No? Just keeping it?
Yeah, sorry. You caught me off guard.
I caught you off guard? That's all right. Will, you got anything to say, people?
I got a couple surprise picks here.
Couple
surprise picks. I think everyone here.
Do I need to be buckled in?
I think everyone should buckle in. Buckle in, because I'm about to have you tapped in.
Oh,
to who should really be winning these awards.
And then, our boy Ryan, always behind the scenes. Ryan, you got anything to say to people?
Gonna love the PowerPoint today.
Gonna love the PowerPoint today.
Ooh.
Respect.
Okay.
I respect the PowerPoint. But welcome. So kick back, relax, grab a cold one, if you're of age, of course. And come hang out with us. So let's get right into it. First things first, feel like we should start with it just because it is the biggest one probably of all the awards. MVP, Most Valuable Player Award. By the way, some of these awards can be given as to the person, or you can have like a little different play on it of like a team. Like you could say, the Most Valuable Player Award is obviously a single award, but you could do like, the GM of the year, and you pick just a whole team of what he's combined, not necessarily the people that he's drafted, because some people didn't draft really anybody this year, shit like that, of what he's constructed, what he's built. But that's just kind of a little thing to go for. So, John, start us off. Most Valuable Player, who do we got?
All right. So the real MVP is going to be Nikola Jokic.
Okay.
Right.
The jokester. John's over here cracking jokes. So talk to me, Nikola Jokic. What do we like about him? Why is he MVP? Give it to me. Lay it to me flat.
I mean, we're looking at the odds here. He's by far and away
the favorite. He's up
John's playing Vegas.
Look, I know we're in Ohio.
We can't bet.
Yet. But looking at the odds, legally,
of course,
he's in the minus. Everybody's positive.
Everybody's positive except him.
And he's in the minus. So give me Jokic.
Jokic, strictly Vegas odds only.
From what I know about betting, that means he's the favorite.
That is the favorite. So honestly, can't hate the pick strictly for that reason only. But Will, who do we like MVP? Go ahead, give it to me.
All right.
Is this one of the ones we got to be tapped into?
I don't think you need to be tapped in because I am selecting for the most valuable player of this NBA season as back-to-back winner Nikola Jokic.
Yep. Shout out our guy.
Embiid has been on a roll all season, but the Joker, when I'm looking at the MVP, first of all, I know you can look at the MVP so many different ways.
For sure.
And you can kind of talk yourself, like when you look at the top 5 players in the NBA, you can talk yourself into picking any of them, really.
For sure.
And the main thing I'm going for is if you took the Joker off of the Nuggets are not in the playoffs. Nuggets aren't even in the playoffs.
Might be a lottery pick.
Oh, yeah. And he's on a 22 to end the regular season, 22 game span, averaging 30, 14, and 8 on 61% shooting. I'm not taking anything away from Embiid. He's on a roll. But if you take Embiid off that roster, they're not as dominant. But it's not even like the Sixers are like lighting the world on fire either. Yeah. And
They're
so
competing still.
Yeah, and when I'm looking at the roster, I'm like, I mean, you got Harden, you got
Tobias.
Tobias, you got Maxey,
Tyrese, yeah.
And so I'm just thinking, Joker, I just think he deserves it. He's willing that team to victory. You know, and so
Every
that's why
night,
I'm picking
yeah.
him every night. He's the only reason that they beat a game against the they stole
Warriors.
a game against the Warriors.
Yes. So for my MVP, now most of you guys might be shocked here. I'm gonna pick somebody here, and I'm gonna agree with everybody. Mine is also Nikola Jokic.
I mean, odds-on favorite.
Odds-on favorite, great point. I think that a lot of people were trying to push the narrative of Joel just because he won the scoring title, which is great. Which to me, by the way, I want to tap into this real quick. Maybe you guys have some better insight for me, but doesn't the person that hit the most home runs, isn't that the home run king of the year?
That is the home run king.
Yes.
The person that throws the most touchdowns, doesn't he hold the title for most touchdowns thrown that
I
year,
believe that
right?
that
That's
is
how most
If
passing
you were
yards.
captain, that would be
Like if you were the Triple Crown winner for receivers, you had the most receiving yards, most receiving touchdowns, and most catches? Receptions.
Yeah.
So thing that I don't understand is the person that scored the most points this year is not the scoring champ. Fun fact, Trae Young had the most points this year, not the scoring champ. Joel Embiid is because it's most averaged over a game, which to me makes zero sense. I don't know if you guys like that or disagree with that.
Like if
or
I have one MLB at bat and hit one
home run, are you the
Am I the home run king?
I don't think so.
I don't
right?
think so.
So very odd, right?
That is
It's
weird.
only happened, I think, 6 or 7 times in all of NBA history where the person that scored the most points didn't win the scoring title. I think Steph Curry was one of them. He won the MVP, won the scoring title, but James Harden had more points than him. I think that was like the 2018 season. I think that was most recent. But isn't that just a little odd?
Very odd.
Thought that was odd. I thought I should bring that up. But I'm picking Jokic for pretty much the same reasons everybody else is. When you don't have your second best player, you're thinking, oh man, we're not going to be we'll struggle. We'll probably still make the playoffs. We'll be all right. But when you don't have your second or third best player, you're sitting there and you're saying, nah, we're probably just looking at maybe an 8 seed if we're in the weaker conference, or we're just hoping for a good draft pick. But yet Jokic is at their team at a 6 seed in a very competitive West against probably the best team in the playoffs playing right now in the Warriors, and stole a game. And he's been by and far, to me, the best player in that series on both sides of the ball. Whether you're the Warriors or not, but I know it's a regular season award, but he has been the best player for his team, and he's willed his team to being at least in the playoff contention. So I'm picking Jokic as well. I'm riding with it, and I think it's a solid pick. I don't care that he's an odds-on favorite, and I'm not here for the Joel Embiid. And once again, Will said it best. When you try to talk yourself into all 5 of these players' awards, like Giannis is like the best player in the NBA. Like, we know that. And he's playing phenomenal.
Most skilled player.
Yeah, most skilled and just most dominant right now. Joel Embiid, scoring title champ. First person to do it since Shaq did in 2000. We've gone 22 years or 21 years without having a different person other than a forward or a guard. And then, obviously, Luka the Don was going on a stupid run at the last 3 months of the season. And LeBron, obviously, averaging 30 points a game is insane as well, almost beating Joel for the scoring title. So I think those are all great points, but Jokic, to me, by and large, best player to win the game award right now. So moving on. So Jokic, congratulations, you got a clean sweep from us. Come on the pod when you more than likely lose to the Warriors. You'll have don't go to Cancun. Come to Ohio. We're getting nice weather out here. We're getting nice weather.
It's getting warmer.
UV hit 8 over the weekend. So come on out. We'll get you some. Coach of the Year. Move into that next award. Coach of the Year. Ton of good candidates, I feel like, this year. I think this is definitely one of those ones where it could be, going to multiple people. Who do we like? Coach of the Year. Will, give it to me. Ooh. Do you like to switch up there? You see how
You switched it up on me. You switched it up on me.
Fooled me.
There's a lot of picks out there, and I think most of the coaches, no one really separated from the pack. No one's really like, boom, he's got to be the winner. And to me, when I'm faced with that, I have to pick who coached the team with the best record, and that is Monty Williams, the head coach of the Phoenix Suns. I know maybe some Heat fans out there are disappointed. Maybe Grizzlies fans out there are disappointed.
For sure. Celtics fans.
Cavs fans, Celtics fans.
For sure.
But I think the Suns showed a lot of growth this year. Obviously, they were elite last year, went to the NBA Finals. I think they've showed a lot of growth in their maturity on the court, and that's how they've been able to get the best record in the NBA. And that's why my vote is going for Mr. Monty Williams.
Yeah, so you're going back to back.
Good
Coach of the
pick.
Year.
Back-to-back Coach of the Year.
Respect that. So back-to-back MVP, back-to-back Coach of the Year. Are we
Sometimes people maintain.
Oh, yeah,
their
sometimes,
greatness.
for sure.
Well, see, this one, the Suns one back-to-back makes a little bit more sense in my head because Suns went from okay to the NBA Finals to this really good team.
Quickly.
And then now they're going from NBA Finals to even better and showing that growth as a team. And that's why I'm going Monty Williams.
All right, I respect that.
John, how about you?
John, what do we think?
All right.
What do we think? Coach of the Year, give it to me.
Coach of the Year.
Give it to me raw.
Like Eric said, there's plenty of options you could go here.
If you pick Monty Williams again, if you pick Monty Williams as well, I'm going to fucking punch you in the face. Go on.
Well, I might butcher this man's name. I'm going with Boston Celtics head coach.
Oh, God.
Ime Udoka.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not judging, but I
Sorry
think
if I
it's a
butchered his name.
great pick. Great pick.
Yeah.
Talk to me. Talk to me, John.
Just the way the Celtics did not get off to a good start this year.
Terrible.
Terrible start.
Terrible start.
I think, honestly, worse than the NBA, arguably. I think they were up there. They had like 2 wins or something.
They were not even in the play-in tournament.
Yeah.
Like, kind of before
All-Star break.
a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And the way the Celtics have rebounded, they got their stuff together, got all the way up to the 2 seed, swept. I mean, I know this is kind of like a end of season, postseason doesn't count, but just swept the Nets. I think the Celtics, the way they've rebounded, the way they've played down the stretch, I think they're one of the hottest teams in the NBA. So I'm going to give it to Ime Udoka.
Arguably the hottest team in the NBA.
Probably the hottest.
Either them or the Warriors? They gotta be. They gotta both be up there, right? So, I think it's a great pick. I think it's solid. I think you're both wrong. And I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you why here. My Coach of the Year is gonna be some homegrown cooking. It's gonna be Eric Spoelstra. For this reason, why? And please entertain me both. What makes a good coach? Battles through adversity, knows how to coach when it matters most, and knows how to win. Monty Williams knows how to win. Best record in the league. And it wasn't even close.
It was not.
It wasn't even close. I think they only had, 13 losses? 14 losses all year? That's insane.
Like that.
Insane. Celtics. They ended really hot. Ended with the best, I think, offensive, defensive, and player efficiency rating as top 1 since All-Star break. Great.
Yeah.
Grizzlies. Let's tap in the Grizzlies coach. Missed the playoffs. Were dog shit last year. And now they're a 2 seed in the Western Conference.
I think too.
You're looking at those things and you're like, oh wow, there's a lot of growth there. But to me, the thing that makes the coach most important is learning how to coach through adversity. Monty Williams, I love him to death, and I think he's a great coach. Didn't have a whole lot of adversity this year. He had DeAndre Ayton all healthy through the entire year, basically. Obviously, rest nights are a thing. And Chris Paul and Devin Booker, all healthy. Look at the Grizzly coach. Oh, they lost John Morant. Oh, wait, but they have Desmond Bane. And they have all these great young guys around him. They actually played better without John Morant. I'm not saying take that away from John Morant. Maybe they're not, but played better without him.
Well,
Look at the Celtics.
I'll let you finish.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you finish. But doesn't the Grizzlies playing better without John Morant show more for the Grizzlies coach because they played so well without their best player?
For sure does.
I'm gonna let you finish.
For sure does.
I'm gonna let you finish.
That's a great point. And you know what? I'm so glad you brought that up. That emphasizes my point even more.
Ooh, okay.
So yes, they played
job.
better without Ja. And they still had a better record without Ja, in theory. I think it was like 17-3 or 18-3, which is great.
It was like it didn't even matter.
It didn't even matter. It was awesome. Great fun. Thank you for bringing that up for me.
I
But the question I then pose to you is what happens if you lose your best player? And then you lose your second best player. And then you lose your third best player. And you only have your top 3 players play combined 12 games together for 90% to 80% of the season. In that time. And you're still the 1 seed? Or the 2 seed?
Still the 1 seed?
That's insane. Eric Spoelstra has played more guys on this roster than any other NBA team. Not by choice. He's playing because he has to. You had Kyle Lowry missing multiple segments of games for personal and family reasons. Still haven't heard any of those reasons why. I'm guessing somebody's sick, somebody's, maybe passed away. Nothing's come out. But he missed like 6 games in a row, 3-4 games in a row. Then came back, then had to miss 3 or 4 more games. Jimmy Butler, tailbone injury. constantly kind of battling rolled ankle twice. Bam Adebayo, broken hand essentially. Tyler Hero, missing because of injuries as well. We played players from the G League. We played the most undrafted players than any other coach in the NBA. And we're the 1 seed. Still made the 1 seed. He played with so many different starting rotations and so much different mastermind to it that I just think it's hard to deny that he is not the coach of the year. I get the best record, and I get the Grizzlies argument. But imagine if the Grizzlies didn't have John and Desmond Bane and Jared Jackson Jr. all playing together except for 11 games, up for like 80% of the season. Would they still be the 2 seed? I think not.
Maybe
Imagine the Suns not having Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton playing only but 11 games, 12 games together. Would they still be the 1 seed? I think not. The Boston Celtics. Imagine Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and who's their third? Al or Marcus? Doesn't matter.
It's got to be Marcus.
Let's say it's Marcus.
Al Horford, incredibly overrated player.
Overrated, old. But let's say it's Marcus Smart.
Let's just
Do you think if all 3 of them played but 11 games together, do you think they'd still be the 2 seed? I think not. But I do think this. There's not very many truths in this world. UConn's women's basketball playing well in,
that is one of them?
playing well in postseason.
Death.
Fact. Death. Taxes.
Facts.
An SEC school getting unbiased treatment from ESPN every year. It's going to happen. It's fact. And the fact that Coach Eric Spoelstra is the coach of the year. That is a fact. And the fact that he has played through so much adversity and coached through so much adversity and still is the 1 seed. Oh, by the way, we just won a playoff game without our starting point guard and beat the Hawks by 20. Now we're not going to have Kyle Lowry or Jimmy Butler tonight. And if the Heat win without their 2 best players, arguably, I think that just cements it. I know it's only a regular season award, but we'll be interested. But that's my case.
Okay.
Homegrown cooking. I'm sticking with it.
I just want to say Vegas disagrees very strong.
Isn't Monty the front runner?
Monty is minus 2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only have one argument against your points.
Lay it on me.
And it's arguments like this that make the COASTY'S such a great show.
Such a great show. Such a great award show. Arguably the second best sports award show behind maybe the ESPYs. And I don't know if the jury's out on that yet.
Yeah. If we had that much money dumped into our show,
Right.
Oh, it's better.
Right.
Anyway,
Easily better.
Back to my argument.
Go on.
Where would you say that we are located right now?
We are located in Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio.
Doxing us on the show.
You say that he's homegrown cooking, huh?
No, I'm saying my homegrown cooking. My
Being from Evanston, Illinois.
damn it. I did not see that one coming. But I still state my case. Coach of the year. Let us know in the comments, by the way. Let us know who your picks are for these awards. Can't emphasize that enough. Let everybody know why I'm right and they're wrong. Or why John's right when he's not, and Eric's right when he's also not. Ryan thinks I'm right. Right, Ryan?
Yes.
Thank you. Moving on. Most improved player. This is a hot topic for me. You mind if I start?
You can
Go
start.
ahead.
Mind if I start?
Take the win. Take the win.
Go right ahead.
I'm going to start. I'm going to start with this quote. A quote from a wise man. And this wise man once told me, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
They do say that.
They do
Snoop
say
Dogg?
that. I think that is Snoop Doggy Dogg. That's not the quote I want to say. The quote I want to say is by an anonymous person. It makes 0 sense to me how a most improved player can be from the lottery. The lottery picks, top 5 for those that don't know, should be good.
Yeah.
Or have a high ceiling, as everybody else would be like, oh my God, that guy, he should be good.
I just want to pause here real
Yes.
quick. Isn't the lottery the top 15 picks?
Yeah, I think it is, yes.
Sure. I'm
You
gonna
should
start,
probably
I'm narrowing it down to top 5.
Okay, yeah.
Doesn't matter. My person wasn't in the top 15.
Rephrasing our quote.
Record.
I'm referring run it back.
Yeah.
My top 5 in the sense of lottery picks is the top 5 draft picks. Because once you get out of the top, 10, kind of just gets...
Honestly, once you get outside the top 5, you're like, who even cares?
Right.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Most of the
Yeah.
time. Especially if it's a loaded draft class. Like most loaded draft classes are 6 deep?
Yeah.
At best.
At best, and the usually the last 2 are like, yeah, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
But everybody expects those guys to have a high ceiling, pan out. Perfect example, Greg Oden. He was going to be the next Shaquille O'Neal. Drafted number 1. Number 2, Kevin Durant. Obviously, he panned out really well. LeBron James, number 1. Carmelo Anthony, 3. Dwayne Wade, in there, top 5.
So that number 2 guy must have been real good, right?
Who was number 2?
Was
I don't know.
It's like some.
It was Darko.
Darko. Who couldn't forget him?
For the Pistons.
But, you have all those guys who say that. And I think it's ridiculous how a most improved player can be from the top 5 draft picks. Because I'm expecting that person to get better every year and expect that person to be great. Not necessarily right out the gate, but to be great. My most improved player of the year is one, Jordan Poole. And I'm picking Jordan Poole for a few reasons. One, represents the Big Ten. Love that. 2, that's not the main reason, but he was in the G League. Got drafted to arguably one of the best teams, when he got drafted to one of the best teams in NBA history with the 2018, 2019 Warriors, or 2019 Warriors with Kevin Durant, Clay.
Yeah, it was the 18-19.
Yeah, so he's not playing. Like, just simple as that. No rookie that got drafted is going to play for that team. I don't care how good you are or how good they could have been. He was in the G League for a whole year. Balling, playing, doing whatever. Then he makes the starting rotation because Clay got hurt. And then is fucking lighting it on fire right now. He is easily, I love Klay Thompson, think he's great. Right now, he's their second best option scoring-wise. He is playing at such a high level, played at a high level this entire season ever since he's broke the mold. To me, I think it's ridiculous you pick a person like John Morant, or you pick Zion Williams, or you pick RJ Barrett. These guys that were top 3 picks. I think it's ridiculous that they can win most improved. To me, it's a person that has drastically improved from where they were. G League to NBA to the best option, scoring option on a title contending team, second best option, I think is impeccable. And I'm picking Jordan Poole for that reason. John, who you got?
The quote goes that injuries can be our best teachers.
They can be.
They can be our best teachers.
Who said it?
And don't know. It's just a saying.
Just a saying. They can.
And I think John Morant really played by that saying.
Okay.
From last year being injured to leading the Grizzlies to the 2 seed, along with Desmond Bane. I think that John Morant deserves the comeback, or the most improved player.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doubled his points on us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, statistically speaking, John Morant is up there.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with John Morant. He's a young guy. He's a young buck. And he is lighting the world on fire, some say.
Some say.
I'm not one of them, but some say.
But some say.
Some say.
Not you.
Not me.
But some say.
He's good, though.
He's good. He's great. He's up. John Morant.
Most improved player.
It's a pretty chat pick. Pretty beta male pick.
Yeah.
Pretty beta. That's all right. I mean, that's
pretty
whatever.
alpha.
That's whatever. It's whatever. John thinks it's alpha. That's right. Well, spice it up for me a little bit.
All right.
Put me a little paprika on this.
Yeah.
Little red pepper flakes.
Little red pepper flakes. Okay.
Who we got?
So, let me attack this from a
Different angle.
Maybe the same angle, maybe a different angle.
Okay. Lay it on me.
John Morant, in his second year, the last time somebody won Most Improved Player in their second year was Monte Ellis in 2006-2007.
Great Post Malone song. Go on.
Now, was Monte Ellis Rookie of the Year?
I don't think so.
Oh, shoot.
I do not think he was Rookie of the Year. He was not.
He was not.
In fact, that's Monte Ellis' only career achievement, is being Most Improved Player. Now,
And being a Post Malone
the point of me saying that is
Which is an achievement.
is that when you're Rookie of the Year, you're kind of like, oh, okay, so he's
going to be good.
he is going to be good. This guy is good at basketball. Now,
Already.
yeah,
good at basketball.
already good. And I don't want to totally sell out on the, like, if you're a top 5 pick, you can't be Most Improved Player, because what if you suck for 3 years and then boom, you take off? But just because you're third pick in the draft, you can't be Most Improved. So I'm going to push back a little bit there. But I am going to say, if you're a second-year player, how can you be Rookie of the Year and then be Most Improved? Unless you start averaging 50 points a game.
Yeah, unless you're drastically...
Unless it's like... But he's just natural. This is how second-year players
works.
normally get better.
So wait, you're telling me that when you play a full season and then you play another full season, you get better?
You get better at basketball. That's normally how it works.
Shut up.
No, I swear.
Stop.
I swear. And so that's what point I'm trying to make, is that, Most Improved, it's not the spirit of the award to give it to John Morant, who is just Rookie of the Year.
Right.
And then when John Morant is an MVP candidate. He's not a Most Improved. So it's almost like the most improved player award is just now the young MVP award. It's like, oh yeah, he would be MVP, but we've got these guys who've been, they're in their 4th year, they're in their 5th year, they're in their 7th year, they're like in their prime. So it doesn't make sense to give the most improved player award to the rookie of the year the year afterwards. I mean, and I don't know if you saw this. John Morant gave his most improved player award to
Desmond.
Yeah, because John Morant doesn't care.
Yeah.
So let me get to who's the real most improved player. It is without a doubt, without a question, Jordan Poole.
I want to shake your hand.
I want to shake
your hand. I just want to shake your
Me
hand.
and John Morant, you're not that guy, pal.
You're not
that guy.
You're not. And you are? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You bet.
Yeah,
You bet.
Jordan Poole. I've seen a lot of people throw it out there that, oh, well, he was getting less than 20 minutes game last year. Now he's getting 30. Of course he's going to score more. He's shooting more shots. Whatever. Led the league in free throw percentage. He's shooting over, he's shooting 55% from the field. Shooting, what do I got here? 36% from 3. He's going from 12 to 18. And when you just look at this last run, because beginning of the season, it was kind of like Jordan Poole.
Yeah, he's there.
He's there, he's kind of like last year. But he went on an absolute tear. And he's actually, because the Warriors had all those injuries.
Yeah.
He's been carrying the team. You're telling me last year Jordan Poole is going to be able to do that? And I'm telling you, no, he would not be able to do that. He got so much better in this whole since the end of last year. The idea, he didn't even come in third. He didn't even come in third. Now, Darius Garland, I think it was him and Jordan Poole's award to lose. The Cavs kind of fell off. And because of that, Darius Garland lost any kind of mojo he had.
He was my second.
I want to put him 2. And then it's kind of a toss-up at 3. I mean, I don't want to vote for Ja at all.
Right.
I would rather...
Ja Morant didn't make my top 3, in my opinion.
I mean, I know that Murray with the Spurs is up there because he got a lot better, but the Spurs are just... The thing with...
But he's also a 5-year vet as well. Like, I wouldn't say he's a veteran, but he knows how to get better, and he's coming back from an injury. So it's hard to say, he got so much better, So I think he's great. Don't get me wrong. Stud.
Well, then who's your 3?
My 3 are 1, Jordan Poole, 2, Darius Garland, and 3, I'm going to say Tyler Hero. I mean, he was averaging 14. He was averaging 13 points, 14 points, and now he's on a loaded Heat team that he can't break the starting mold just because it is what it is. They're very good starting rotation, now he's averaging.
We'll get into.
I'm saying now he's averaging 21 points. So to me, that's improved. Yes, Ryan.
DeJounte Murray going for it?
We just talked about it. It's hard to say he's improved because he missed all of last year basically because of an injury.
See, and my thing with the Spurs is you're looking at those 4 guys: Grizzlies, 2nd seed, Cavs. Went on a tear, fell off.
4 seed not injured.
Yeah.
At least.
You're looking at Jordan Poole.
3 seed.
3 seed and
was a 1 seed.
And is the second option on an elite team. And then DeJounte Murray is on the Spurs. He's the best player on the Spurs. So that's kind of holding him back too. But yeah, it's gotta be Jordan Poole. It's gotta be Jordan Poole.
Okay.
So sorry, John, but you're wrong.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just
that's
got
fine.
He didn't even want the award. Don't worry. He doesn't care.
He put it actually as I believe, rumors, what I've been hearing through the pipeline, because I am, what would you call that?
You're tapped in.
I believe he's using it as the guacamole bowl when the next party comes.
Yeah, probably.
As for the chips and salsa and stuff.
Like we said earlier, it's debates like this that make the
It makes the COASTY'S great. And that's honestly why, Jordan Poole, come on the pod. We'll give you an award.
Yeah.
We'll give you the award.
And John Morant, both come.
Yeah, I mean, John, why not? Why not? Might be in late June when they're both playing for potentially NBA titles here. But, it is what it is. But moving on, 6th man of the year. I think this is a runaway award, but John, go ahead, give me the 6th man of the year award.
So a wise man once said, there may be people that have more talent than you, but there's no excuse for anybody to work harder than you do. One Derek Jeter said that.
Oh, fuck that guy. That guy sucks. Go on.
You know who works harder than anybody? That would be one Kevin Love.
Stop it.
Kevin Love is my 6th man of the year. The guy's old and still kicking. He is amazing. And Kevin Love.
Kevin Love, if he won it, he'd had to be the oldest sixth man of the year, right? He's like 37, yeah?
The way he improved
I don't know how.
from last year to this year.
You
very
mean
impressive.
not playing to
Yeah.
playing?
Yep.
Yeah, that's great. That's fair. Go on.
Well, he's been kind of down the last couple years, to be fair.
Yes.
But I'm giving mine to Kevin Love, sixth man of the NBA season
Sixth man of the NBA season.
2020.
You know, I don't hate that pick. He's in my top 3.
I mostly picked this because I knew who you were picking, and I'm just like, eh.
To me, I think this is a runaway award. I don't even think it's up for close. To me, it's Tyler Hero. You go from 14 points off the bench, and now you're going off the bench for 21 points, 20 points. One of your most reliable scores that the Heat have had all year. So I'll keep it as short as possible at that Tyler Hero runaway award. I think he's almost as good as the Lou Williams, like when he was on his tear of winning sixth man of the year. Same kind of scenario. Will, who we got?
Well, this one I've thought about a lot lately. I've thought about it a lot. I've been up late at night
Thinking about cold sweats.
yeah, who should be sixth man? Who deserves sixth man of the year? Who really deserves it? And when I'm looking at the league, I'm looking at the landscape of the league.
The landscape.
Tyler Hero, he's having a good season.
Great season.
He's coming off the bench. My computer doesn't work. He's coming off the bench. You know, he's given me 20 points a game. Wow.
That's a lot.
Great.
He's given me
That's reliable.
He's given me 5 rebounds. That's fair enough for a guard. I mean, his shooting splits are well. And then I look a little closer, and I think my eyes are deceiving me. But
Don't say it.
Tyler Hero is the 3rd minute leader in minutes on the Heat. Wait, and then I'm looking even closer. Wait a second. Tyler Hero leads the Heat in minutes played this season.
I'm sorry.
Whoa.
Go on. I'm gonna let you finish.
So, I just don't know if the spirit of the award is for a player who's actually leading his team in minutes played. He's coming off the. It's almost like he's coming off the bench. I don't know, because Eric Spoelstra has some sort of problem. You know, it's the feng shui isn't working when he's in the starting lineup. My computer's not responding anymore. I won't be able to pull up any stats. I won't be able to
give you
I won't be able to pull up my Kevin Love stats because Kevin Love should be sixth man of the year. He's coming off the bench. He's the old guy on the Cavs, and he's having his best season in years. He's playing, and Kevin. Oh, here it is. We're back. We're back to the internet.
Oh, it's responding.
Yeah, Kevin Love is 9th in minutes played per game on the Cavs. He's a true sixth man. He's coming in. He's giving people some minutes on the bench.
Sure.
And then he's lighting it up.
Dropping 47 sometimes.
And that is why Kevin Love is my sixth man of the year.
You know, I honestly, I think he supplies great points.
I mean,
Phenomenal points.
literally no.
But my one thing is that, does the sixth man of the year say minutes matter? Does it say it? Can you check? It doesn't.
I see a little asterisk.
It doesn't. Secondly, once again, I mentioned before in my coach of the year, a ton of injuries. So obviously his minutes are going to go up. But the reason he's not starting is because who's he going to start for? He's not starting for Kyle Lowry. He's going to play. He's not starting for Jimmy Butler. He's going to play. And by the way, Tyler Hero did start several games this year.
Yeah.
Is that several? That's several.
It's a handful.
It's
a handful.
It's more than a handful.
It's a handful.
It's probably a handful exactly.
It's a handful of games.
So he started, handful of games. But when your team's injury laden, injury all around, you're going to have to play more minutes. It just is what it is. Bam Adebayo is probably not even top 5 in minutes played. He might be. He is 6. Oh, pull that on my ass. Look at me go. But regardless of the situation, it doesn't matter how many minutes you play. I could not start the game, and immediately, as soon as the first ball goes down, I could sub a guy and play the rest of the game. He's coming off the bench. He's 6 man.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. That's the problem I have with the award. LeBron could just come off the bench after one possession and then just be sixth man of the year. That would actually be kind of funny.
I would be supportive for sure. But the reason I'm saying that is I do get what you're saying, but all past sixth man of the year awards have been top 5 in minutes on their team. Lou Williams being the most notorious sixth man of the year. They might have changed the award to the Lou Williams award.
I believe.
Rumor has it.
Yes.
Jamal Crawford, same thing.
The last 10 sixth man of the years averaged 29 minutes a game.
Right.
Tyler Hero's given me 32 and a half.
Yeah, 32 and a half. And I think a lot of those, that's so high because of the injury lanes. I see both of your points. I love Kevin Love. I've wanted the Heat to go get him 4 years ago because I think he could fit the Heat culture really well. But I still think it's the runaway award. Kevin Love was my number 2, if I'm going to be honest with you. But I think that, the reason that Tyler Hero can't crack, I think Tyler Hero would be a starting shooting guard on most NBA teams, but he just can't crack our lineup because our lineup is so good, as a whole. But moving on, Rookie of the Year, ROI, potential highway robbery Rookie of the Year, this past one, because this has been come out since this episode will be airing. Will, who do we got Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed by Scotty Barnes winning the official award. Obviously, the Coasty Award is much more important.
Much more important.
yeah.
Much more prestigious.
I know every player would much rather have a Coasty than have the NBA vote.
Right.
And we do
Honestly,
send these
fair.
people the trophies.
Yeah.
Yes. We don't have them here yet, but they're going.
This was actually, I believe, the closest Rookie of the Year vote since they have this new format with the voting.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm looking at is Evan Mobley.
Okay. I like
He's
that.
giving me 15 points. He's giving me 9 boards. He's giving me 3 assists, steal, 2 blocks maybe, shooting 50% from the field.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to Scotty Barnes, who is giving me 15 points,
Roughly the same.
7 rebounds. Yeah, I mean they're basically the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is another one of those where if the Cavs did not fall off towards the end of the year, it's Evan Mobley's award. I do not buy Scotty Barnes is the 5th option on the Raptors, and he's putting up 15 points. Because Evan Mobley's shooting better from the field than him, so I don't really understand that point.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going Evan Mobley.
John.
I know what John is going to say, and let me just tell you, no.
John. Who are we saying?
I don't think you know what I'm going to say. So I'll start out with a quote.
God damn it.
Starting with quotes.
A rookie holds so much promise and so much danger. It's like dating your best friend's sister. One David Ganos of the NFL once said this.
David Ganos, friend of the
wow.
show,
Friend
friend
of
of
the
the pod, friend of the
Friend of
pod.
the show.
Do
Go
you know
on.
one NBA player that holds no danger? One Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh, he flipped me around.
Who would you think he was gonna pick?
I thought he was going to pick Cade Cunningham. Just to be different.
Okay.
No,
Go
I
on.
would
Evan
never.
Mobley, go
I
on.
never pick anybody to be different.
Go
But no,
on.
Evan Mobley, for all the reasons Eric said, he is the best. He's been the best player on the Cavs. He's been the most consistent player on the Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
So why not give him the award because he's a rookie? He is better than all these other rookies. Scotty Barnes, trash. Cade Cunningham, trash.
Scotty Barnes, honestly, though, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe Scotty Barnes will win Most Improved Player next year.
Right, might as well.
Hey,
Might as well just give it to him now.
yeah, just give it to him now. Scotty Barnes, honestly, the vibes I feel is someone who's going to be like, yeah, he's going to be fine.
He's gonna be in the NBA.
He's going to be an NBA player.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow won Rookie of the Year. Evan Mobley, once he get used to his body, once he grows into the NBA,
Mm-hmm.
that's a young Tim Duncan.
Stop it.
That's a young Tim
That's
Duncan.
what they say.
That's what they say. They tell me.
Stop it. Don't
saw that on
disgrace.
Stat-
I
Tim
have
Duncan.
invoked the name of Tim Duncan
I saw it
in
on
the Evan Mobley discourse.
We will clip that. Don't you worry about that. We'll clip that. Go on. Evan, you just.
Oh no,
ending on
I
that?
was done. Yeah, Evan Mobley, Rookie of the Year. No danger. No dating sisters. Your own sister.
I like both of those. I like both those picks. I think both of you picking Evan Mobley's great, and I think Evan Mobley probably should have been Rookie of the Year over Scotty Barnes.
Some might say a highway robbery.
Highway robbery, some might say, but I'm gonna go ahead and say my Rookie of the Year is Jalen. No, I'm just fucking with you. It's gonna be. I'm picking Evan Mobley. I was gonna pick Cade Cunningham. Honestly, I was flipping back. Once he came back from his injury, he was dropping points and buckets and assists like it's nothing. And the biggest reason I think I was gonna pick Cade over it is Cade had to be the number 1 guy for the Pistons. It couldn't have been anybody else. Sequity Bay, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What are we talking about here?
Evan Mobley, the thing that helped him out a lot is he was a product of a good team around him. Garland obviously was the guy.
Mm-hmm.
You have Markkanen when healthy, probably their next best guy, second best guy. Sexton, you can't really say because he was pretty much injured all year.
Correct.
I don't even know. Did he even play a game?
Maybe.
I think he played
maybe like 5.
Okay. So, Markkanen probably your guy, and then Jared Allen's probably your third guy. And then your fourth guy's probably Evan Mobley, right? So, I think that's typically what most rookies are on their team. Very few have to be the guy to step in the shoes. So, Kate Cunningham, had to be the guy on a terrible team. If he didn't have such a again, I think it'd be him. Because to me, the rookie of the year is encompassing what he did the entire year, not just what he did late. Because Jalen Green would be in that same discussion. Jalen Green turned something on at the end of the year and was dropping absolute buckets everywhere. But I think it's Evan Mobley. He was consistent all year, was great for the Cavs, was great for the city of Cleveland, and has a lot of hope and promise in that young man and what he can do. So I think it should have been Evan Mobley, and for the COASTY'S award as well, it's another clean sweep for awards. Evan Mobley,
Yes.
as well from us. So I agree. I think that is. But the more important award that I think is real highway robbery is the Defensive Player of the Year award. John, Defensive Player of the Year. Who we got?
Well,
Lay it on us. Like butter on a toasted bagel.
I'm going to be honest. I don't really care for the whole defense wins championship quote. I was going to say it. I don't really care for it. It's not true.
It's not true. It's not.
Fake.
It's
Fake quote.
Fake quote, not real.
Yeah.
I.e., see the Warriors of 2018.
Would you consider letting up only 1 point good defense?
I would say no.
But what if you score 0?
Better defense. Some would say
Or yeah,
best.
but like if you only let up 1 point, that's good defense, right?
I'd say it's good defense.
But if you score 0,
Also not good.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
Go on.
I'm just gonna give mine to Draymond Green. I know he got hurt. I know that some might say he
Hey,
might not deserve
injuries do not matter on this pod.
This is why I'm
Speaking of injuries, why it doesn't matter. My sneaky sixth man of the year was going to be Ricky Rubio.
Rookie Rubio. You know what? I like him.
He was going to be my sneaky sixth.
He
man
might
of the
be
year.
back
Obviously,
in Cleveland, and he might win it next year.
I hope.
He
Well,
might
go
win it
on
next year.
Go on.
But Draymond Green, I feel like when he was at his peak defensively this year, he made the most difference in the NBA. And even though he got hurt, we're gonna give it to somebody else. I get that, but he had the best defensive performances this year. He's the one who got his team better defensively.
Cog in the machine.
He is the defensive MVP in my eyes.
Okay. Well, who we got?
Well,
Well, lay it on me.
you know what?
I respect your opinion on most NBA things.
All right. Well, I think I got a sneaky underground pick that you might like. You might be a fan.
You've probably never heard of him.
You might be a fan of this one.
Get
Now,
me bricked up. Go on.
you might be. Now, the point I think that John was trying to quote earlier
Yes.
is a famed quote from former Buckeye, current Arizona Sun Devil, Luther Muhammad, when he said, "If you score 20 and your man scores 20, well, you really ain't score."
Right.
That
I
is
agree.
true.
I agree. I would say that's fair.
This guy sounds super underground.
Yeah.
Probably never heard of him.
He might not even actually play in the NBA.
Probably not. Probably plays college basketball.
Right, straight up. Go on.
My defensive player of the year came in 4th place this year.
Quattro.
It is the $28 million man, Bam Adebayo.
I'm gonna shake your hand. I'm gonna shake your hand. Come here. Shake your sir. He's that guy. He is that guy. Go
He's
on.
that guy defensively. Offensively, I don't know if it's worth that much money, but
Hey,
different conversation. Different story.
conversation.
Different story.
Speak it to me. Well,
Defensive-
speak it to me.
He's got a better defensive rating
Yes.
than Rudy, then Marcus, then Bridges.
Talk to me.
He's a rebounding machine.
Talk to me.
He is the cog on that Miami Heat defense. And if he's not playing and he's not getting those minutes on defense, the Miami Heat defense is not what it is. They're not the top seed. I
Eight seed.
think.
Fact.
Yeah,
Fact.
they're just giving up too many points.
100%.
And he can guard anybody in the post.
Literally.
And those are where the best players are in the league right now. I mean, you got perimeter guys, you got Luka and Trey and whatever, but I mean, Joker, Embiid, he can go down there and battle with him,
Easily.
and that's why he is my pick. I'm surprised he's so low, in my opinion. I think maybe he's a little bit overshadowed by the more bigger stars on the Heat. But But yeah, I think he's my pick for sure.
Will, I could kiss you on the lips. I could kiss you on the lips right now.
You won't. Okay, go on.
You have to pay for that. See our Patreon. Defensive Player of the Year is Bam Adebayo, and to me, it's not even close. I can't believe he didn't make top 30. I feel like Marcus Smart got Defensive Player of the Year. It was the most damn fine, stop complaining, here you go award for him. He wasn't even necessarily the best defensive player on his team. Robert Williams is an absolute stud. An absolute stud. Rudy Gobert, completely overrated. Gets exposed every year in the playoffs. And Malik Bridges, great player. Great defensive player. But let me ask you this. When you can guard 1 through 5, that means you're more valuable. When you get switched on to players such as Luka, Trey, LeBron, all these elite scorers in the NBA, and you hold them to less than 0.79 points a game per switch, that's what Bam Adebayo's doing. Every time somebody gets switched, it's like, holy shit, this guy's on me, get off me. Bam Adebayo, without a doubt, should have been Defensive Player of the Year. And the fact that he didn't even make a finalist, to me, is incredibly surprising. Marcus Smart, great switcher. Can't guard 1 through 5. Malik Bridges, great defensive guy. Played every game this year in the NBA. Only player 2. Can't guard 1 through 5. Rudy Gobert, only a rim protector. Can't guard 1 through 5. Actually just got yammed on by Spencer Dinwiddie. Can't guard 1 through 5. Bam can guard 1 through 5. Handily. And well. And gives everything, like Will said best, is kind of that cog in the machine for the defense. Maybe it's Jimmy Butler or maybe it's Kyle Lowry, but Bam Adebayo's definitely there. And I think he's the Defensive Player of the Year. I can't believe he didn't win it. But, sorry for my spiel. Moving on, GM of the Year or Executive of the Year. You know, kind of the guy that kind of built the team. Who do we got? Will?
All right. I actually have... now, this one, you kind of got to do some digging.
Yeah,
you kind of got to make
Yeah,
sure
you have to.
you know what's going on. And I'm going to go with someone, he's foreign. He's a foreigner.
Ooh.
No problem with that.
Is it the band Foreigner?
No.
Okay.
It's not the
Go
band
on.
Foreigner. Give me 1 second.
Do you want me to go to John?
No. I got it. It's just I can't. I don't know which country he's from. I can't find that information out
all right.
right now.
That's all right.
But it is Arturas Karnisovas. He is an executive for the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, okay. Okay, talk to me.
And I
Talk
think
to me.
he really, you know, he didn't just like throw together a Bulls lineup. He saw value in DeMar DeRozan at 32 years old that probably a lot of people didn't see anymore. And
He was my other most improved player, but go on.
there you go.
It's the
And I think, you know, after those few seasons where the Bulls are just kind of meandering along, he made some moves. He made a competent roster that skyrocketed. And we thought they were legit for a while. They clearly are missing a piece. They're missing something. I think they're just missing that one elite player. And then they can you know, start playing with the big boys. But he totally transformed the outlook for the Bulls by making these roster moves, and that's why he's my pick.
I think it's a great pick. I'm going to pick the GM of the Miami Heat.
the Miami Heat.
For one reason only. We play more undrafted players than anybody in the league, and they have all been stars. You know who has the third highest plus minus this postseason?
Who would that be?
Do you have a guess?
Who would that be?
Do you have a guess? It's Max Strus.
I didn't know. You didn't give me a
Ever
chance.
heard of Max Strus? Would you have said Max Strus?
Yeah, you didn't give me.
I was thinking about it.
No, you're thinking about it. Have you heard of Max Strus? He
have
came from
not, no.
DePaul. Leading scorer of all time at DePaul, by the way. Fun fact.
Basketball powerhouse.
Go.
Plus 63 when he's on the court.
Go Devils.
You know who's in front of him? Draymond Green. You know who else is in front of him? I believe it's Giannis.
Ooh. Okay.
So when you have those two guys, very well-known superstars, and then you have an undrafted guy, Duncan Robinson, undrafted, picked up from the G League, basically picked up for nothing. Gabe Vincent, balled out this summer with the Nigerian basketball team, gave Team USA about 43 points. Hooper starts for us in the playoffs right now, and has been lockdown defense on track. It's been phenomenal all season. when you have all these young guys that aren't getting drafted but are ended up being people that you find and they just plug in and play. Omar Yurtsevic from Georgetown, not drafted.
Hoyas.
I mean, go Hoyas.
Hoyas, yeah.
I think that shows the value of it is. Now, my runner-up, though, is the GM for the Warriors. Jordan Poole, drafted. Bielitsa, founded free agency from the Heat.
Okay, well, Jordan Poole was drafted like 3 years ago.
I'm just saying, he was drafted. These teams are built.
Yeah, but executive of the year is not. Executive of the year is for.
It's whatever you're
For
built
one
around
year.
it. Yeah,
No,
what
it's
you
not
build
for-
around it.
Like, we're not gonna get. Rob
not?
Pelinka's not getting executive of the
Is he
year.
an executive? Max Strus, is he a player?
Yeah. Max Strus is a player, not the executive. No. I'm saying this is going to the Miami Heat. Is who the guy.
Like, Rob
the executive.
Pelinka's not gonna be executive of the year for signing LeBron 3 years ago.
But he could have been when he signed him.
I know, but you're bringing up stuff that happened like 3 years.
I'm just saying, when you build a team, you're for the team that has come to fruition of what you build, you win that award. You should win it for that year.
Okay,
So
I disagree.
When your chips cash in, you should win it.
I disagree. I
you
disagree.
want the award to
That's why
go
the coaches
to.
are great.
You want the award to go to the Heat office.
Yeah, the executive, whoever the executive is for the Heat. I think our president's Pat Riley. I'm not exactly sure if he technically is our executive of the year, if he makes all the moves, but the president's Pat Riley, so I didn't want to just say candidly Pat Riley. But I mean, all the guys on the Warriors are all built through their system. So I mean, I feel like when you're drafting players, it doesn't matter. It's when they cash in,
I
right?
disagree because Jerry West was the one who got Steph and Clay. I'm pretty sure. So like, why?
Yeah,
No, I disagree. I
All right,
disagree.
fine,
I don't
fine.
understand.
You're
Okay, John, what about
Who
you?
you got? Bulls, great pick, by the way. Great pick.
I'm going to quote the actual GM this time. I'm going
Okay.
to give the quote from the person I'm giving the award to. This man once said, "I want to formally apologize for creating a team that is packing and caught your team lacking, Cavs in 4. I'm going Colby Altman of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Great pick.
I'm going to see your hometown cooking. I'm going to raise you. I'm going to raise you.
Arguably a better raise.
A better raise.
When you go
Because
from a
this-
lottery pick
Yeah.
to a 4 seed when healthy,
Yeah.
better raise. Go
Because this
on.
man set up the Cavs for years to come.
100%.
The Cavs are going to be good in 2023, 2024,
What?
2025,
What?
2026.
What?
However many LeBron said in his Miami
Six.
yeah.
I mean, it's
six.
like not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4,
Yeah.
not 5, not 6.
So we're going to be good for the next 6 years minimum.
Okay.
The Cavs, young. The Cavs, good.
Are we about to say it?
No. Next year we will say
We'll
it.
say next
We
year.
will
All
say
right,
it more.
all right.
But the Cavs, I think they, from the start of the, whenever the official offseason starts from last season to right now, this present day, I think the Cavs have made the biggest jump.
100%.
Cavs have made the biggest jump. They're good for the future. I'm going to go with Colby Altman of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I think it's a great pick. They were also in my top 3 as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I think
So-
he's up there in the...
Mine was Heat, Warriors, Cavs.
Yeah.
Cavs, I could flip between the Warriors as well. But moving on to some of the not so well-known awards. Much more for just the Coasties. The biggest letdown of the year. It could be a player, could be a thing, could be a whatever. The biggest letdown of the year, John hit me with it. See what I did there, Faith? Yeah.
I did.
Well, I was going to pull up a quote. I don't have time for that.
Do you want me to go?
No,
I'll
no,
let you pull up.
I'll go
Okay.
because I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Lakers. I believe I said this a couple of weeks ago. I brought up the preseason odds to win the NBA title. And the Los Angeles Lakers were second on this list at plus 425. That's ridiculous for how they finished. It's
pretty good.
Didn't even make the play-in tournament.
That's 8. That's pretty good.
Pretty bad odds.
Yeah, terrible.
Only quadrupling your money
For sure.
for an NBA title with 30 teams. And you didn't even make the play-in tournament.
Right.
That's despicable.
Terrible.
I do not care that what's his name barely played this year.
Kyrie?
I'm on the Lakers.
Oh, okay.
I'm like-
Anthony Davis?
Yeah, I don't know why I forgot his name, but like
Street clothes?
yeah, street
Street
clothes.
clothes. That's what we
Street
call
clothes.
them here.
I don't care that he didn't play.
Mhm.
This was ridiculous.
For sure.
Not finishing in the top 10 of your conference when there's 15 teams and you had the second best odds.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Best in the West too. And you didn't even finish top 10. I'm going with the Los Angeles Lakers.
I think it's a fair pick. Might be a popular pick.
Yeah.
Will?
Let me just tell you this right here. So since 1985, they're always preseason title favorites.
Of course.
So since 1985, however many years that is, 90, 85, 95, 05, 15, about 35 years, right?
45?
What'd
45?
you say?
45.
1985.
Almost 40. Almost 45.
2021 minus 19.
37 years.
37
Yeah,
years.
almost 40 years.
In 37 years, there have been 2 teams that have missed the playoffs that were the top 2 favorites. And the Lakers just became the third one. And I think when you are this super team, as they are called, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, Dwight Howard, Carmelo Anthony,
Kendrick Nunn.
Street Clothes,
Kendrick Nunn.
Kendrick Nunn.
Wayne Ellington.
Yeah, you know, it's like they're just, you know, all this hype and all of this, and it's like boom, 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 boom. And it went nowhere. It was never good at any point.
Mm-hmm.
They were bad all year. This wasn't like, oh, LeBron's knee exploded and shattered. He tore both his ACLs.
The same time.
Yeah, at the same
play.
time, he's out for 3 years. That didn't happen. You know, Anthony Davis, yeah. He's been called street clothes for years. The Lakers know this. We all know this.
I've been on this. Because
Yeah.
we're
Tapped in. That's why the Lakers are the biggest letdown. Just because it's like, dude, were you guys even trying to play? Like, when the game started, did you think you were just going to roll the balls out and, like, you're just going to win because it's LeBron, AD, and Russell?
right.
They're my biggest letdown.
I like how you both picked a team. I'm going to pick a player.
Okay.
The great Tiger Woods got in a terrible car accident. Horrific. Almost had to amputate his leg.
Yeah.
Went through rehab. Went through all that pain and suffering. And came back and played in a major tournament. Wow.
He did.
And made the cut.
And made the cut.
He did.
Before Ben Simmons played a fucking game of basketball. Ben Simmons could have been, and I really wish he would have played in Game 4, because he would have been the first player in NBA history, I have to imagine, to be able to play. His last game would have been an elimination game, and then his first game back would have been an elimination game. How wild is that? Ben Simmons is the biggest letdown of the year. He basically, and I get the mental health, and I get everything else that's involved around it. I do. I understand that, and if that is the case, then yeah, take a step away. Andrew Luck did it. I don't hate Andrew Luck for that, and I don't judge Andrew Luck for that. But the fact is, he basically let Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid bully him into not playing basketball for an entire year. How are you injured? You didn't play for a year. How's your back injured? You didn't play for a year. Were you not working out? Were you not doing anything in your offseason?
My back hurts every day.
I have scoliosis. I'm there with you.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be you. Built different.
Well,
I'm built to different.
So Ben Simmons is my biggest letdown of the year, and it has all strictly to do with the fact that he has not touched a court in over almost now, will be almost 2 years. So he's the biggest letdown of the year, especially for how much money he's getting paid.
And the Nets are locked in on that money.
Locked in.
Oh,
We're
100%.
tapped in.
Now, the biggest troll of the year could be a lot of things. And I think I shall start.
Very open-ended. Go ahead.
Very open-ended. I'm going to go biggest troll of the year is going to be the Los Angeles Lakers.
Whoa.
For basically all the same reasons of what you guys said last one. They got cheaper. They traded, Alex Caruso left. They would have had to pay him. Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, they all got traded because they would have had to pay him.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought in superstar after superstar. Russell Westbrook. They brought Dwight Howard, Rajon Rondo back. People forgot Rajon Rondo played for the Lakers this year.
They forget.
They forget.
And we're still getting finessed by Luol Deng.
They ain't still getting finessed by Luol Deng.
What do we got?
Brought in Malik Monk. Brought in Wayne Ellington. Brought all these guys that have played in the league for a couple years. And they didn't do shit.
Not shit.
Not shit.
Nothing.
Nothing. Zero. Nada. Zilch. My biggest troll of the year.
That's a good one.
We thought they were going to be great. Or they thought they were going to be better than what they were. Let me down.
They trolled us.
It's almost like we got trolled.
We almost got. It's like they almost Fortnite L danced on.
They troll-faced us.
They troll-faced us. They teabagged us. They called me an Xbox Live Party public match. They called me a lot of things in those. They trolled me.
Mm-hmm.
That is my pick.
Those ticket prices, though.
Ticket prices go stupid. But that is my biggest troll, is the Los Angeles Lakers and the organization as a whole. Will, who's your biggest troll?
My biggest troll, man, you're really setting me up because mine's not as good. My biggest troll of the year is Kevin Durant.
Ooh, great troll.
He
troll.
is
Hall of Fame.
he's constantly on Twitter. He refers to himself as a god.
Did that 6 hours ago.
Yeah, just earlier
Today.
He replies to just like random NBA Twitter accounts. He's quote tweeting Nick Wright and calling him Little Nicky. He's
Made fun of Charles Barkley today.
Yeah, today he was making fun of Charles Barkley's career. He's quote tweeting Skip Bayless and just saying, "I really do not like you."
Great.
I just think when you see him on the court too, it's just like, how are you even a real person? Like you're like 8 feet tall, you're 180 pounds,
built like Slender Man.
Yeah, it's and just every time you see him on the court, like I don't know if it was just like he wasn't. Something changed because earlier in his career it was like, oh, we like KD.
Yeah,
he
won his MVP and his mom.
It was a crazy, everyone was in love with that MVP speech.
Tears.
And now he's just like trolling everyone, and he's just like, not even in a funny way, just in kind of like a,
Like,
I'm a
dude,
dickhead.
what are you doing? Yeah.
So he's my biggest troll.
Great pick. Solid pick. John, wrap us up here. Biggest troll.
I'm gonna wrap you up. I'm gonna quote the troll here.
Oh, God.
Hey, suck my dick, bitch. I'm going with Kyrie Irving.
That is nice.
That's a great. Both Nets.
Yeah.
Both Nets.
Teammate.
Teammate.
Teammate. Kevin Durant.
Okay, go on.
Just the way he was, just like flipping off on the back
the
of the
Celtics
head.
native, love it, and just down the court.
Yeah,
Go on.
just the way he responds to the fans in Boston, the
Oh,
Celtics. Yeah. I just enjoyed it. I did. Plus, you had the whole, New York versus Kyrie, vaccinated, unvaccinated. Just him, just being Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he just trolled a lot of people this year.
And then doing the whole Jade blessing of the court, and then now he's Ramadan Kyrie, which I don't know if he's ever been Ramadan Kyrie, but
he is now.
But now he is. So yeah, I love that.
My closing arguments, simple. Suck my dick, bitch.
Kyrie Irving, great pick. Great pick. KD, great pick. Los Angeles Lakers, great pick. Let us know who you like on all these. By the way, don't forget, let us know. Next, worst coach of the year.
Can I take the lead here?
Go right
You know
ahead.
what, Will? I'm going to go ahead and let you take it.
All right.
Take the reins.
Worst coach of the year.
Take the reins.
I got the reins. Worst coach of the year. It going into the year. It really is almost like this person wasn't even a coach. It's like this person was more of a chaperone.
Okay.
Now, when you're given the title of coach, though, you're the coach.
For sure.
And worst coach of the year is Steve Nash because he is hardly a coach.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, in the game, the game 4 against the Celtics that they lost, I believe he did not pick up a whiteboard to draw up a play until the third quarter. I believe that happened.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Steve Nash never has a game plan. Nothing. There never seems to be any
What's going on?
move, like things going from, okay, game 1, game 2, game 3, things are adjusting, we're getting better here, we're doing this instead of that. He doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even a coach.
He's much more like what you referenced earlier. Let's roll the ball out and play.
Yeah. He's just supposed to make sure Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving get along. I think that's why Kevin Durant last night said, don't blame, he said something to the effect of, don't blame Steve Nash. We want Steve Nash back. Mm-hmm. Because Kevin Durant does not want an actual coach. He does not want to be actually coached. So Steve Nash, worst coach of the year. He's not even a coach. There are a lot of contenders here. Frank Vogel did an awful job. Mm-hmm. Luke Walton was the coach for like 20 games for the Kings earlier this year. I don't know if you remember that. He's a terrible coach. He was a terrible coach with the Lakers. He's still a terrible coach with the Kings. He'll probably never be a coach again.
For sure.
But Steve Nash, I think, takes the cake just because he is not a coach. He's not.
Don't disagree. John, worst coach of the year.
Yeah. So, Eric, that's a very interesting take.
Very interesting.
I like the way you went about this. My coach of the year looks like a pussy. It's a pussy. Couldn't keep his team together. Had to trade one of their superstars. I am agreeing with Eric. I'm going with Steve Nash. Yeah. The guy did the most with work. He did the least with the most talent. The Nets suck.
The Nets were so
He
bad.
was born in South Africa.
Yeah.
Why don't you make that? Just throw that in there as well.
But yeah, he just like looks weird. He
Yeah,
just
very
I don't
awkwardly
believe
built.
he has any control of the locker room at all.
Uh-huh.
He is a chaperone, like Eric said. He does nothing. The Nets are nothing, and he's a pussy.
The Nets will never be anything.
Anything. I think you guys both have great points. I'm not going to pick Frank Vogel because I believe you can only coach with what you got. And Frank Vogel didn't have a good hand, in my opinion.
Did not.
My opinion. LeBron, obviously, you always like your odds. But when you don't have Anthony Davis playing and you don't have these superstars that don't play defense, you're not having a winning hand. But back to, I like what you said there. When you had the most and did the least,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I think that's a very good, you know, point of emphasis there. I think the worst coach of the year, arguably,
Mm-hmm.
is the Knicks.
Okay.
I'm not saying they had a stellar offense.
They did
I'm
not.
not saying they had a stellar team. But I'm saying when you're the New York Knicks, you're expected to go out there and perform every night. Julius Randle was getting buckets early in the year, without a doubt. Kemba Walker was doing great. But when you absolutely have no identity as a team and you have completely fallen off and couldn't make a play-in tournament, and you allowed... I was up in the air between the Knicks and the Hawks because the Hawks, I think, have a good team. And the fact that they barely made the tournament was kind of a joke, in my opinion. But the worst coach of the year to me goes to the New York Knicks because of the fact that they can't play basketball. They have gone through this rebuild saga or whatever, reloading these teams for the past couple years, bringing new people in, having a bunch of money and not doing anything with it. And the fact that they just can't put anything together and are a complete disgrace of a franchise that is historically great. I think that just goes to show how bad of a coach you are. And the fact that you can't win games when they matter or do anything creative, as you guys mentioned with Steve Nash. But I think, you know, it's hard to pick Steve Nash because you knew that going in. You know, you knew he was going to be this type of coach. And I just had more hope for the New York Knicks organization and the coach. I can't pick just like the Rockets because the Rockets are terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I can't pick, you know, the OKC because OKC's terrible. But a close second is the Atlanta Hawks, but my pick is the Knicks. They were a dumpster fire all year and still got televised games. But that is what it is.
Yes.
Moving on to our second to last award. We're wrapping up here. Best flow of the year. Who do we like? Best flow of the year, John. Give me a go.
The way I took this award is an award of the best hair flow.
Hair flow. Respected.
If you're a basketball player,
Mm-hmm. It's all about the drip.
it's all about the drip. It's drip or drown out there.
Drip or drown.
And I believe the best flow is an afro. I'm going with Jared Allen of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Nice.
I feel like if you mix the afro with the little, the shorter basketball pants,
Is that Julie serving?
he looks older.
I
He's got the best flow. He looks nice. He looks like he likes a nice aged drink after the game.
100%.
I'm going to go with Jared Allen of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I think he had phenomenal flow.
Phenomenal
I love it.
flow.
I love
Yeah.
it. Well, honestly, probably our most prestigious award.
This
The
is
best flow.
this one.
Who-
Everyone looks forward to this.
Who has the best flow?
Well, I will tell you who has the best flow. Okay.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. All right. So
Mhm.
you're talking about best flow, right? You're
Whatever you,
talking about-
however you interpret.
You're talking about best flow.
Flow. I'm talking flow.
Okay.
Not.
And who's got the best flow? He's kind of got that flow going everywhere. He's
Okay.
got it up top.
Okay.
He's kind of got it in his game. He's from Melbourne, Australia. And I'll tell you who it is. It's Josh Giddey, the Oklahoma Thunder.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He's saucy.
He's kind of
saucy.
got he's kind of quirked up. You
Oh,
know, he's the quirked up white boy goated with the sauce.
For sure.
And I'm going with Josh Giddey.
I think it's a great pick. I think it's a solid pick. You know what I think is important about flow? I think versatility. What you can do with your set flow.
What can you do with it?
Yeah.
I think when you look good with a, you know, like a buzz cut and a fade, I think you look great. You know, you can look good and all that stuff. But I think flow goes more than just the hair.
Mm-hmm.
I think it goes style.
Yeah.
What you wear. Best flow of the year, in my opinion, undeniably goes to Klay Thompson. That dude is Jackie Moon walking
I
on the
hate
court.
his hair.
His hair with the fro, the headband, the sweatband. You cannot tell me that flow is not there.
The pubic hair that he has on his
The
face.
the facial hair is all there. The fact that
hair.
he walks out there and warmed up with Jackie Moon this year just goes to show his style, his swag, his flow is there. I'm going Klay Thompson. Book it. Special announcement runner-up, Aaron Gordon with his afro.
Ooh.
And the fact when he does the double braids. He's got versatility in the hair. But I'm going Klay Thompson.
I can't stand that Klay Thompson hair.
I love it.
I think it looks like he has a booger on his head.
He looks spicy. And he looks sexual.
I hate that hair.
But our second to last award, I know I said that last time, but I have one special award to give out to the boys that they don't know about. So stay tapped in.
I'm surprised.
Our second to last award, Comeback Player of the Year award. Will, who do we got? Comeback Player of the Year.
Comeback Player of the Year. Well,
Could mean a few things.
could mean
It's very open to
could mean a
interpretation.
couple different things.
Go on.
My pick. I've already picked him for one award. Can I pick him for two?
I think you can.
It's happening right now. Kevin Love is my Comeback Player of the Year.
Okay.
10 years ago, he was one of the best players in the league.
No doubt.
He was giving me, he had like 50 straight double-doubles. It was absurd.
Mm-hmm.
Then last year, looking at the Cavs, John Beilein was the head coach at the start of the season, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I believe my timeline is correct. They did not get along.
Mm-mm.
Kevin Love only played 25 games. He was hurt. I don't know if he really was.
Had
Maybe
some
kind
mental,
of a Ben Simmons kind of thing. Yeah.
mental health
yeah.
issues,
He had some
yeah.
mental health stuff. And he also had like a calf.
Very open
That
about
was,
it.
yeah. But that's even a good point. That totally slipped my mind. He had a lot of mental health stuff going on. And then this year, he plays 74 games. First time he's played in 70 games since 2015-2016.
NBA Finals year.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, I think he just deserves it because he'd been a starter forever.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Took that backseat role.
he took that backseat role and he really excelled. He was able to put in really good minutes. And I think he's my Comeback Player of the Year.
I like that.
You go ahead.
You want me to go ahead?
Yeah, you
okay,
go.
I might go ahead. I was stuck between two people. I think everybody thinks that we're going to pick Klay Thompson. I'm not picking Klay Thompson. Just get that out of the way.
Screw that guy.
I'll tell you who my second place guy was. It was DeMar DeRozan. When you go from being on the Spurs and being a blip to nobody, and then being an MVP candidate there for a little bit, I think that speaks volumes. But my Comeback Player of the Year is Victor Oladipo.
Mm-hmm.
And he's my Comeback Player of the Year for a few reasons. One, he kind of got kicked to the side with the Spurs. Not the Spurs. With the Pacers. Wanted out because he said this organization doesn't want to win. And they still don't. Got injured. He was like, okay, I'm coming back. Then he was sat out for a long time. Then he came back and he was back. He was healthy. He was having fun. He was balling. And then he got injured again. And then he didn't play basketball or touch the court, live action in an NBA game for almost a year and some change. No, for a year and some change. And then decides to come back and he puts himself in. He dropped 40 points in the last game of the season. He actually started for the Heat tonight in a playoff game and a closeout game. I'm just really happy for him to come back because he was like a top 10 player in all of NBA in his position when he was healthy. He was an all-star for the Pacers, was a dog, was good for OKC, was great for Orlando. And I feel like he's just fallen off. People kind of forgot about how good he was. People didn't forget how good Klay Thompson was.
Yeah.
But that's who my comeback player is.
Okay.
Who you picking?
So my Comeback Player of the Year. He's not a player in the NBA sense. He's just a player.
Mm-hmm.
But he is involved in the NBA. My Comeback Player of the Year is going to be LeVar Ball.
Oh, God.
I think the Ball family has made a huge comeback this year.
Huge comeback.
Huge comeback. The Bulls have been a lot better.
Great.
Lonzo Ball might be because of that. The Hornets,
He's definitely
made the
facilitator.
playoffs.
Yeah. Playing.
Or play in.
Mm-hmm.
They were good. So I think LeVar Ball and the Ball family really came back on the scene this year.
For sure.
And LeVar Ball, the biggest beneficiary of it.
No doubt.
BBB. BBB.
Big Baller Brand.
Big Baller Brand.
Co-host.
So LeVar Ball is my comeback player.
Comeback player of the year. I respect the pick. I appreciate it. Well, now we're wrapping up, boys. The final Coasty is for the overall Pick'ems record. And it was a neck-and-neck race for the overall Pick'ems record. And the Coasty goes to our one and only John. John wins the Coasty for the overall pick'em record of season 1 of 61 and 100. Great percentage. Some might say it's 61%.
That's how that averages out.
Did you see what I did there?
I see what you did there.
Ryan comes in second, silver finish. Shout out Ryan. With 60 and 100. So neck and neck race for you guys.
Yeah.
I bring up third place with 53 and 100, just over 50%. And Will, just under 50% with 49 of 100, bringing up the tail end at the 4 spot with, what would you say, 10? Or like aluminum? Like gold, silver, bronze, but aluminum?
Not pedestal.
Does not place.
Does not place. So Will brings us up and 4th place with it all. A great season for the Coasty Award to end, and John's lap. He was hot all year, and he finished hot.
Yeah.
That's when it mattered.
What was
most.
John
Yeah.
at? 67?
61 and 100. 61%.
Ryan and I both finished cold.
Oh.
We finished
I
cold.
took some chances.
Yeah.
I even said it. If you want to.
Hey, you only had one less loss. You went 3 of 10. John went 4 of 10.
Yeah, we did not have a
That last week.
We both made some, wild pick'ems that last week, so we could, maybe try to separate from one each other.
Yeah.
Hey,
Let me tell you how it did not go well.
did not
Yeah,
go
it
well.
did not.
It did not go well.
The game that won me the play-in was when I picked Boston on Easter because they had more Catholics than Minneapolis.
And I think that's a fair
So
That was a
thank
fair
you. Jesus is risen today.
All right, appreciate you. Well, that ends the Coasties. We appreciate you guys so much for hanging out. Let's wrap it up the same way we wrap up every segment and every show. Ryan, are you ready for the 2-minute drill?
Give me 1 minute.
Give you 1 minute of the 2 minute, or just give you 1 minute? Just in one general. But let us know how you like the Coasties. We'll be doing this for the NFL, the MLB. We'll be doing it again. We will be looking spiffy again,
Always.
as per usual. Live scoring update. The Miami Heat are beating the Atlanta Hawks 49-40.
Oh.
Make that 50-40 without Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry, and you guys both said Monty Ellis. It's not Monty Ellis. Monty Williams. Monty Williams. You said Monty Williams. And you said the Celtics coach.
Yeah.
Who might actually... Do you think the Pelicans will actually make the comeback against the Suns because Devin Booker's not playing?
No.
I mean, the series is tied, right? 2-2?
I couldn't tell you. I'll be honest.
I think it's 2-2. Are you ready? All right, Ryan.
All right.
Quick hits, quick thoughts, quick reactions. Ryan, whenever you're ready.
All right. JT Daniels, former Georgia QB, is transferring to West Virginia with his 2 remaining years left in his eligibility.
Probably use both of them.
Is this a big W for West Virginia? Does this help them, get better?
I'm going to say no, not really.
I'm going to agree with Will. I'm going to say no. I don't know if West Virginia even has anybody other talents on their team. Really.
I think this is a W. I think the QBs in the Big 12 are weak this year. JT Daniels probably one of the top now.
Fair.
Okay.
Okay. Astros, Nationals, Kansas City Chiefs.
It is Kansas City Royals.
The Royals. First teams to roll out their City Connect jerseys. Are they fire? Are they flop?
John, what about you?
Flop. I hate when teams don't use their colors in the uniforms, so I think the national ones suck.
Honestly, I'm going to go flop just because I don't really care for alternate jerseys that much.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go fire. I really like the Nationals. I like the Astros. And Kansas City, I feel like kind of bland, but I like them so far. Looking forward to the other ones.
All right. I got a minute left. Do we think Zion will make a playoff return?
No.
Nah.
I don't know why, but I feel like the Pelicans don't want him to, so no. I think it's weird. He's healthy, clearly. Go on.
Denzel Ward becomes the highest paid corner in NFL history. Deserved?
I mean, I'm going to say yes, especially because in 5 years, his deal's not going to, there's going to be...
Somebody else going to pass.
Yeah, so he's going to get passed.
Yeah, Eric said it, and it's good to re-sign him. Good to get Denzel back.
I think you should have re-signed him, not for that much money, though.
Okay. Now, last one. Got 25 seconds left. Miguel Cabrera.
Cabrera.
And hits the 3,000 club. Is he one of the greatest of all time?
Nah, I mean, not one of the greatest of all time.
I think if
don't
you
think
go
so.
positionally, maybe like first base, right? Would you say he's first base or DH? First base?
I mean, I would say first base because DH isn't a position.
Well, it is now.
I'd
say maybe.
I'd say no.
I don't think he's on Mount Rush. Like, when you say one of the greatest ever, dude, I'm thinking like Mount Rushmore. Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe
and
he's not even a pebble on.
He's not. Yeah, Yeah, I mean,
He's
a
awesome,
he's a
though. I
footman.
love Miguel,
Love
but,
Miguel.
yeah.
Cabrera.
maybe definitely one of the best since 2000.
Yeah.
But I mean, before then,
Even since 2000, he's not on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I
I
love
don't know.
Miguel
You
Cabrera.
look at he's like his batting average every year is
he
insane.
is one of the most
Yeah,
consistent.
I think he actually has the highest batting average of any player in the 3,000 club with like 291 or something.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah, so I mean, it is great. He is great, but
And it's like not
sorry, Miguel, you don't make our Mount Rushmore. Sorry about it. Sorry about it. Maybe
I
if
probably
we
wouldn't
did,
even think of it.
maybe if we did position based, maybe you will. But thank you so much for hanging out with us this week, guys. We really do appreciate it. Like, share, let us know how you like the Coasties. We'll be doing it, obviously, in a couple months when some of the seasons end. October, yes. So thank you so much for hanging out. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all the things that you should be doing. Share with somebody. Before we go, John, you got anything to say to the people?
I enjoy the Coasties.
I love the Coasties.
I love
Big
the
fan.
Coasties.
Will, anything to say to the people?
No,
Sayonara.
sayonara.
Ryan, anything to say to people before we let them go?
We'll catch you next time.
We'll catch you next time. The only thing I got to say is thank you for joining Mike Miller, best Heat legend of shooting with one shoe on. It is a fact. He is the guy. Go ahead, bring that up to the camera.
show that.
Shout out our guy,
Flash that
Mick
out.
Miller.
Flash that out.
We will see you next week. Thank you so much. Peace.